Guys, how do you understand the activity monitor? Well, let's get started. I've opened up the activity monitor. To open activity monitor, you can just go to Launchpad, to Other, and then you can go to activity monitor here, or you can just use Spotlight search. So by default, you will come to the CPU page. In the CPU page, you have a lot of things to look at here. So here we have process name. And here you can see we have screen capture, Windows Server, a lot of processes that are currently ongoing. And over here we have CPU percentage. So what does that tell you? It tells you which process is using what percentage of your CPU. Other than that, it will also show you CPU time, threads, idle wake-ups, what kind it is. So in this case, most of them are Apple. So we also have percentage GPU, which will tell you which process is using how much of your GPU. And along with that, we have GPU time, and we have user. I'll come back to PID. We also have user. So if you have multiple users on your Mac, it will also show you which user is currently using it. So PID is process ID. So any number you see here is actually unique to its process. So each process has been given a number, and no other process will have the same number, obviously. So here we have system, user, and idle. So here you can see we have system running between 2 to 4%, user is running 8 to 6%, and our CPU is idle 91%. We also have a graph that depicts the CPU load. So here you can see the blue line will tell you how much the user is using the CPU, and also how much percentage of the CPU is being used by the system. We have threads and processes here as well. But now let's switch to memory. So in memory, again, we have process name, percentage GPU, threads, ports, PID, and user. Let's just resize this a bit. And here you can see we have the memory tab. So we have Windows Server, which is occupying the most memory. By default, this tab is going to sort all the processes with the maximum memory using processes on the top and the least ones on the bottom. Along with that, we have PID and user again on the side. But what if I double click on it? So let's just say I double click on maps. So we have memory. It says real memory size is about 55 MB. Virtual memory size is 398 GB. Shared memory is about 23 and private memory is about 9. But how does virtual memory come to almost 400 GB? Well, Mac is quite interesting. So what happens in the background, guys, is it is going to save all the files to the RAM or the SSD. But it is going to compress everything. So once everything is uncompressed, it is going to be virtually around 400 GB. So this is an amazing thing that Apple Silicon does, and I really love it. So it actually acts like you actually have 400 gigs of RAM. So that is insane. Other than that, we have other statistics like threads, CPU time, context switches, faults, page ins, page outs, everything like that. We have open files and ports for which you may be asked for an admin password. So again, we have Brave browser GPU. If I click on that, again, you can see it is about 424 GB. So 424 GB, even in this case, is not a big amount. Sometimes if you use your browser and you go and look this up, it will maybe even be 1 or 2 TB, which is terabytes. So that is 1 terabyte, if you don't know, is 1000 GB. So that is a huge amount. So here we have on the bottom, we have 3 boxes, one of which is physical memory. So that is the actual installed memory on your Mac. Memory used is 6.68 GB, which is the physical memory that is currently being used. Cached is about 1.2 and swap is 1.92. Swap memory is basically telling you how much of the SSD is being used as RAM. So what is great about Apple Silicon and Apple chips and Apple SSDs for that matter is Apple SSDs are insanely fast. So they can in some cases be used as RAM. So that is what is happening over here. On the top or on the right, we have app memory, which is about 2 gigs in my case, which tells you how much GB of RAM is being used by applications. We have wired memory under that. So wired memory is basically the amount of RAM that your system is actually using. Your system is your OS. So some files are going to be compressed and saved, wherein in the virtual memory, as I showed you right now, is about 400 gigabytes. So this is where the compressed memory comes in. When you're not using it, it's going to compress it in the background, and when you need it, it's going to be really fast and it's going to open it according to your needs. So that is also one amazing thing about Apple Silicon. On the left though, we have memory pressure. So right now you can see it is in the green. So green means that it is actually using the physical memory that is installed on the device. But you may have seen that it sometimes goes yellow, it sometimes goes red. So let me show you. I'll play maybe a YouTube video. So here you can see, guys, while I'm playing this video, this has gone to yellow. So what does yellow mean? Yellow means that the pressure has now actually increased. So what it does now is it's going to start compressing files that we don't really need at the moment. So this is actually stressing out the system very slightly, but it is actually happening in the background. So you won't even be able to tell whether or not it's doing it, but that is essentially what is happening. But what happens when it goes to red? Red is when the pressure on the memory is very high. So what it does then is actually use the SSD as memory, and the graphic card also gets involved in the processing. So your SSD is going to act as a RAM, and what your graphic card does is it's going to act as a processor. So what it does when the memory pressure goes red? So in that case, the processor is obviously under immense pressure. So the GPU comes in, it says, hey, I'll take some data, I'll process it, and I'll give it back to you. So that is what is happening when the memory pressure is high. And in this case, your SSD is also going to start acting as a RAM. So it's very easy to understand. If we go to the energy tab, here you can see we have energy impact. Again, let's just move this over here. So again, here you can see Brave is actually running right now, and so it will also tell you the 12-hour power, how much power it's actually using. If I go to notes, current impact from the notes app is 0. The activity monitor is 16. All you need to worry about is if it is going too high, if your let's just say your Mac is heating up or it's going slow, you want to come here, you want to check the energy impact, and you want to exit all of the apps that are not required, so that you can get to your work. So let's just say I want to exit photos. I can just click on this cross over here. It says stop. I want to quit, and photos has been quit, right? And if I again go to the eye, again it's going to do the same double click action. So even notes in this case is using about 400 gigs. Other than that, you also have app nap. So the app can actually go onto standby. Is it preventing sleep? So is it preventing the Mac from going to sleep? Well, the answer in this case is no. And which user is currently using the app is also shown over here. Then we have the disk tab on the top. Again, we have process name, how many bytes are written, how many bytes are read, PID, as I said a few times in this video, and the user which is using it. So in this case, as you can see, screen capture is about 2.5 GBs written over here. So again, it is very high. On the bottom, on the left here, you can see reads in and writes out. So these are your bytes, right? And you also have the speed at which it is reading and writing. Obviously, this is in seconds. On the right as well, you have data read, data written, data reads per second, and data written per second. So we have I/O here, and we have two arrows here, right? So what is I/O? I/O is your input and output. So essentially, reads in and writes out, as depicted by this graph. If I click on it, I can also go to data. So the red color is actually data written, and the blue color is data read per second, right? Let's go to network now. So network is also fairly simple. It's the same format for everything. We have sent bytes. Let me again resize this a bit. We have sent bytes, received bytes, sent packets, received packets, and PID and user. So that's the same format. Again, we have packets in, packets out. The number of packets. If I want, I can again go to data. So it's essentially toggling between this box over here and this box over here. So which graph you want to see, you can see over here. So that is your activity monitor, and you can just, let's just say I don't want notes for now. I can just go on the top. I can just quit it, and that is that. You can also see how the CPU load is going to drop if you exit your unnecessary apps, and the system is going to run much faster and much cooler and very energy efficient as well. So guys, if you like the video, do drop a like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next one.